Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will be covering complete unit 2 in Python programming. I will explain complete files topic, exceptions topic and modules topic. I will explain each and every topic in detail, and whatever the topics that I am going to cover in this video, I provided all those topics and the timings in description. So before starting this video, please check in description. I also provided complete Python programming study material link in description. You can download from description. Guys, I have uploaded complete Python programming subject tutorials. I'll provide link in description. You can watch from there. If you are watching this video for the first time, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Let's get started. At first, I will explain file handling in Python. Python provides inbuilt functions for creating, writing and reading files. Python contains various types of built-in functions. By using those functions, we can create files, we can write data into that files and we can read those files. By using Python programming, we can handle two types of files. They are text files and binary files. Binary files are written in binary language, that is in the form of zeros and ones. Next, I will explain Python file modes. If you want to create new file, then you need to use X mode. By using X mode, we can create new file. If file is already present in my system, then it will display error. Next, I will explain what is use of W mode. W stands for write. If you want to add any text into your file, then you need to use write mode. Next one is A, that is append mode. Already some data is present in my file and I want to add some more data at last. So in order to add some more data at last, you need to use append mode. Next, I will explain R mode, where R stands for read. Whatever the text that is present inside my file, if you want to see the text in Python terminal, you need to use read mode. By using X mode, we can create file. By using write mode, we can add text into our file. Already some data is present in my file. If you want to add some more data at last, then you need to use append mode. Whatever the data that is present in my text file, if you want to see those data in Python terminal, you need to use read mode. By using read mode, we can read file. By using write mode and append mode, we can only add text into our file, but we cannot read that file. And similarly, by using read mode, we can only read that file, but we cannot add any text into that file. By using read place mode, write place mode and append place mode, we can perform both read and write operation. That is, we can read files and as well as we can add text into that file. All these modes are applicable only for text files. And for binary files, we use following modes, where XB stands for create binary. This mode is used to create binary file. And WB stands for write binary. If you want to add binary data into your file, you need to use write binary mode. AB stands for append binary. AB mode is used to append binary data into your file. And RB stands for read binary. We use this mode in order to read binary data. Read binary place, write binary place and append binary place. We use these modes in order to read binary data and as well as to write binary data. Next, I will explain file built-in functions and file built-in methods. There is only one file built-in function, that is open function. By using open function, we can open our file. Next, I will explain file built-in methods. These are various file built-in methods. First one is read method, second one is readline method and third one is readlines method. By using these three methods, we can read text data, that is nothing but whatever the data that is present in text file, we can see the data in my Python terminal. For example, there is one text file. The text file name is file.txt. This is text file. This text file contains data, that is hello. Now I want to see this data in my Python terminal. In order to see this file data in your Python terminal, you can use read method or readline method or readlines method. By using write method, we can write text. For example, there is text file. The text file name is hello.txt. This is text file. Now I want to add text, how are you, into this file hello.txt. In order to add text into this file, you need to use write method. For example, my text file name is hello.txt. Now I want to add text, how are you, into my file hello.txt. In order to add any text into your file, you need to use write method. After performing all these operations, at last we need to close our file. By using close method, we can close our file. Next one is seek method. For example, my text file name is file.txt. This text file contains data, that is hello, hello. Whenever you open this file, your cursor will be at starting. H is present in index number 0, E in index number 1, L in index number 2, and L in index number 3, and O in index number 4. Whenever you open this file, at first your cursor will be at starting. By using tell method, we can find cursor position. My cursor is at starting, that is at index number 0. So you will get output 0. By using tell method, we can find cursor position. And next one is seek method. By using seek method, we can change cursor position. These are various file built-in methods. Guys, I will give some examples so that you can clearly understand what is use of these file modes, file built-in functions and file built-in methods. At first, I will explain how to create a file. At first, write a equal to, take open function. Inside open function, you need to write, for example, I want to create text file. The text file name is file.txt. And I want to create that file in local disk D. So inside open function, write in quotations, I want to create text file in local disk D. The text file name is file.txt, close quotations, comma, xmode. By using xmode, we can create new file. Whenever I run this line of code, it will create one text file. The text file name is file.txt in local disk D. Whenever I run this line of code, it will create one text file in local disk D. The text file name is file.txt. By using xmode, we can create new file. For example, if this file.txt is already present in local disk D, then it will display error. Only if file does not exist, then it will create file. But if file is already present, then it will display error. This open function takes two parameters. They are file name and mode. After performing this operation, we need to close our file. By using close method, we can close our file. My file is present in object A. So just write here a.close. It will close my file. This is program in order to create a file. You can also create file by using append mode or write mode. I created one text file in local disk D with name file.txt. Now I want to add text hello into my file file.txt. So just write here a equal to open function. Inside open function, I want to open file. That file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D. So just write here d : file.txt, quotations close, comma. I want to add text hello. So you need to open this file in write mode. By using write mode, we can add text. So I open this file in write mode. My file is present in object A, so just write here a.write. By using write method, we can add text into our file. So inside write method, write text, that is hello. Whenever you run this line of code, it will add text hello into your file file.txt, which is present in local disk D. After performing this operation, at last we need to close our file. We can close our file by using close method. And my file is present in object A, so just write here a.close. Where write and close are methods, because we are including object name, that is a.write, a.close. So we call this write and close as methods. Where open is function, because we will not include object before function. Just I written open, that's it. Next I will explain what is difference between write method and append method. Both write method and append method are used to add text into our file. But difference is that, for example, this is my file name is file.txt and this file contains information hello. And next I am writing program by using write method. Just write here a equal to open. That file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D. So write here d : file.txt, quotations close, comma. For both write method and append method, we use write mode. And next I want to add text how are you. So just write here a.write of how are you. Inside write method I written how are you. And at last I written a.close. What this write method will do is, this write method will delete previous data which is present in my file and will add new data. So whenever I write here a.write of how are you, my file contains hello. So it will delete this hello and it will add how are you into my file. Write mode will delete previous data which is present in my file and it will add new data. Now my file contains how are you. Same example, just in place of writing a.write, just write here a.append. Difference between write and append method is where write method will delete previous data and it will add new data, and whereas by using append it will not delete data which is present in my file, it will just add this text at last. So whenever you write here a.append of how are you, it will not delete this hello and at last it will add how are you. How are you. Next I will explain how to read a file. For example, my file name is file.txt which is present in local disk D, and this file contains text, that is how are you. Now I want to print how are you on my output screen. Reading a file is nothing but whatever the data that is present in my text file, I need to print those data in my output screen. There are three ways to read data. First one is by using read method, and next one by using readline method, and last one by using readlines method. I will write program. At first write a equal to where a is object and take open function. Inside open function, write file name. My file is present in local disk D. So write here d : file name is file.txt. Quotations close, comma. I want to read file. So you need to open this file in read mode. Don't use here write mode. If you want to read file, you need to use read mode. And if you want to add any text, then you need to use write mode. Here if you use write mode, it will display error. So don't use here write mode. Next write here print, because I want to print output. My file is present in object here, so just write here a.read. And at last we need to close our files. By using close method, we can close our file. Whenever you run this code, you will get output how are you, which is present in my file. So I will get output how are you. This is how we read a file. Reading is nothing but whatever the data that is present in my file, I am printing those data on my output screen. Read method is used to read complete data. So it will print complete data which is present in my file. So it will print complete how are you. For example, I want to print only how. I don't want to print are you, just I want to print how. Total there are 3 characters. In order to print only first 3 characters, then you can use readline method. Just in place of writing print a.read, just write here print a.readline of 3, because I want to read only first 3 characters, that is how. So just write here a.readline of 3. So whenever you run this code, you will get output how. Guys, in this text file, even space is also considered as single character. For example, I want to print how are. So h 1 character, 2, 3 and space 4 characters, 5, 6, 7. So whenever you write print a.readline of 7, you will get output how space r. Next I will explain what is use of readlines method. For example, my text file contains text, that is how are you, and in next line it contains my name is Sai. Just in place of writing print a.read, just write here print a.readlines, where readlines method will display output in the form of list, and my text file contains how are you and my name is Sai. So I will get output. Inside list it will print output, that is how are you, and in next line my name is Sai. So it will print output how are you /n, that is next line, comma my name is Sai in quotations. This is my output. For example, I don't want to print output in the form of list. I want to get output like how are you, and in next line it should print my name is Sai. You can achieve it by using for loop. Same program. Just write here a equal to open. My file is present in local disk D with name file.txt. So take this in quotations, comma. I want to read file. So open this file in read mode. And next take for loop. For x in a. My text file is present in object a. So just I written here for x in a, where x is variable name. Whatever the data that is present in my file, file.txt, all this data is transferred to variable x. Now this variable x contains how are you and my name is Sai. And whenever you write here print x, it will print output. So I'll get output how are you, and in next line it will print My name is Sai. Whenever you open any file, definitely we need to close that file. So definitely write here a.close. This is program in order to print output. Next I will explain how to delete a file. In order to delete any file, at first you need to import OS module. By using import keyword, you can import any module. This is program. At first write import OS, where OS stands for operating system. This is module. Next write OS, which is module name dot remove. By using remove function, you can remove any file. So just write an os dot remove. Inside brackets, you need to write file name. My file is present in local disk D with name file.txt. So just write here D / file.txt. Whenever you run this code, it will delete my file. Next, I will explain what is use of seek and tell methods. Tell method returns the current file position, and whereas seek method is used to change file handle position. I'll give one example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this seek and tell methods. Example, there is text file in local disk D. The text file name is file.txt, and this file.txt contains text, that is engineering. At first we need to open this file. So write here a equal to, where a is object, a equal to open. Inside open function, I need to open this file. So in quotations write D / file name is file.txt, double quotations close, comma, r+ mode, where r+ is used to perform both read and write operation. So I took here r+ mode. It will open this file file.txt, and whenever it opens this file, cursor is at first position. Tell method is used to identify current file position. My cursor is at first position. So just I want to find cursor position. Write here print. My file is present in object A, so write here a.tell. Whenever I open this file, my file is at index number 0, that is first position. So whenever I run this line of code, it will display output 0 because my cursor is at index number 0. Next I am writing here a.seek of 4. Seek function is used to change file handle position. That is nothing but it is used to change cursor position. For example, I want to place cursor after 4 characters. I want to place cursor here. So just write here a.seek of 4. That is nothing but it will place my cursor after 4 characters. ENGI, it will place cursor here. Again I want to identify cursor position. So just write here print a.tell. This tell method is used to identify cursor position. Now my cursor is here in place of n. Now my cursor is at 4th position. So E in index number 0, N in index number 1, G in index number 2 and I in index number 3. Now my cursor is at index number 3. So I will get output index number 3. Where seek method is used to change cursor position, and whereas tell method is used to identify cursor position. It will display where cursor is located. And whenever you write here print a.read, you will get output. Actually my cursor is here, so it will not print ENGI, it will print from N. So I will get output NEERING. Because my cursor is at index number 3, so it will print data from index number 3. This is program. Once again I will explain this code, where a.tell is used to identify cursor position. Whenever I open this file, my cursor is at index number 0. So whenever I write here print a.tell, I will get output 0. And similarly, I want to change cursor position to index number 3. That is nothing but I want to place my cursor after 4 characters. So just I written here a.seek of 4. It will place my cursor after 4 characters. And whenever I write here print a.tell, tell method is used to identify cursor position. Now my cursor is at index number 3, so I will get output 3. And similarly, whenever I write here print a.read, I will get output. My cursor is at index number 3, so it will print characters from index number 3, that is NEERING. This is my output. After performing these operations, at last we need to close our file. So just write here a.close. Close method is used to close file, where open is function and tell, seek, read and close are methods, because we written a.tell, a.seek and a.read and a.close. We will include object name before methods. Next I will explain Python program to copy text from one file to another file. For example, there are 2 files. One file name is file1.txt and another file name is file2.txt. And these both files are present in local disk D. and this file1 contains text that is hello. Now I want to copy data which is present in my file1 to file2. File1 contains hello. Now I want to copy this hello to file2. I want to copy hello to file2.txt. At first we need to read this data. So you need to open file1.txt in read mode. And next, now we need to write data which is present in file1.txt to file2.txt. So open this file2.txt in write mode. Write a equal to open. At first we need to open file1.txt in read mode. So in double quotations write local disk d file1.txt in read mode. Because at first we need to read this data. And similarly take another object that is b and open this file in write mode. Open d file2.txt double quotations close comma write mode. At first we need to read hello and after that we need to write hello to file2.txt. File1 contains text that is hello. Now hello is stored in object A. Next take for loop for I in A where I is variable name. Whatever the data that is present in object A, this data is copied to variable I. Object A contains text hello. Whenever you write here for I in A, this data hello is copied to variable I. Now this variable I contains text that is hello. Now we need to copy hello which is present in variable I to file2.txt. Just write here b dot write of I. Meaning of this is whatever the data that is present in variable I, we are copying this data to object B. Object B contains file2.txt. Now it will copy hello to object B. Now file2.txt contains hello. This is hello. We open two files. So at last we need to close these two files. So write a dot close. That is nothing but we are closing this file1. And similarly we are closing this file2. File2 is present in object B. So write here b dot close. We close these two files. This is program in order to copy text from one file to another file. Next I will explain file object attributes. Once we open any file, we can get various information about that file. There are three types of file attributes. First one is file.closed and next one is file.mode and next one is file.name. This file.closed attribute will return true if this file is closed. If file is not closed, it will display false. And next one is file.mode. For example, we open file, that file name is name.txt in read mode. So it will display output read mode. This file.mode will return access mode with which file was opened. And next one is file.name, where file.name attribute will return name of the file. For example, I opened file, that file name is name.txt in read mode. I am applying these three attributes. So just write here print. In double quotations I written name of the file, comma a.name, where a.name attribute will display file name. My file name is name.txt. So I will get output name.txt. And similarly I written print closed or not in double quotations, comma a.closed. If file is closed, then it will display true. If file is not closed, it will display false. Here I opened file, but I did not close this file. So it will display output false. And next I written print opening mode in quotations, comma a.mode. I open this text file in read mode. So I will get output R. These are three file object attributes. Next I will explain what is use of truncate, flush and split methods. At first I will explain what is use of split method. For example, my text file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D, and this text file contains data that is hello Ramesh, and in next line I am Nagendra. I will write program by using split method. A equal to open. My file is present in local disk D, so give a local disk D colon slash file name is file.txt, double quotations close, comma I want to read data, so open this file in read mode. Reading is nothing but whatever the data that is present in my file, it will display this data in my output screen. Next write here print a.read.split. I am performing two operations. First one is I am splitting this data and I am reading this data. Whenever I run this line of code, I will get output. It will display output in the form of list and it will split each string with quotations. So I will get output hello, comma Ramesh, comma I, comma am, comma Nagendra. Split method is used to split string. At last we need to close this file. So just write here a.close. This is split method. We are splitting data and we are reading this data. Next I will explain what is use of flush method. For example, I want to add text, how are you? So just I written here a equal to open file.txt in append mode, and I want to add text, how are you? So just write here a dot write of how are you. But I don't want to add how are you, I want to add hello. So just write here a dot flush. This flush is used to flush previous statement. So it will flush this previous statement, and next I want to add hello. So just write here a dot write of hello, and at last you need to close this file. So just write here a dot close. This is program. If you want to flush any previous statement, then you can use flush method. Next I will explain what is use of truncate method. Truncate method is used to change file size. For example, my text file name is file.txt, and this text file contains data that is hello India. Guys, just remember that each character will occupy 1 byte of memory. So total there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space is 1 byte, that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Total there are 11 bytes. So total this file will occupy 11 bytes of memory. Now I want to change this file size to 5 bytes. So just write here a.truncate of 5. Now it will change my file size to 5 bytes. What are 5 bytes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will remove all these remaining characters. Now my file contains data that is hello, which is of 5 bytes. It removed remaining bytes. And next write here a.close. And whenever you read this file, you will get output hello. Because we changed this file.txt to 5 bytes. Now I want to read this data. So just write here a equal to open file.txt in read mode. And whenever you write here print a.read, you will get output hello. And at last we need to close this file, a.close. Next I will explain what is persistent data. Data persistency is the concept of storing data in a persistent form. Data which is stored permanently is known as persistent data. It means that data should be permanently stored on disk for further manipulation. Data can be stored permanently by using two ways. First one is by using file. If you save data in file, you can store data permanently. And next, if you save data in database, you can store data permanently. So data persistency can be achieved by using two ways. First one is by using files, and next one is by using database. If you store data in file or database, then later on you can perform various operations on that particular data, like you can modify data, you can delete data and so on. And every file contains file name. All information stored in a computer must be in the form of file. We will store each and every information in computer in the form of file. There are different types of files like data file, text file, program file, so on. For example, file.txt, it is text file. And for example, program.py, where it is Python file, and so on. Next I will explain what is relative path and absolute path. For example, my file is present in local disk D. And in local disk D, inside Nagendra folder, there is Python folder. And inside Python folder, there is my file. That file name is new.py, where local disk D : Nagendra, which is folder, /Python, which is folder, /new.py. This is my file name. And this entire location is known as absolute path. And for example, if I write just python /new.py, we call it as relative path. Next I will explain what is pickle module. Pickle module, marshal module, shelve module and dbm package. All these are persistent storage modules. That is nothing but by using these modules you can store data permanently. First I will explain what is pickle module. The process of converting any kind of objects like dictionaries, tuples, lists, so on in byte streams, that is in the form of zeros and ones, is called pickling. Pickling is nothing but it is process of converting Python objects like list, tuple, set, dictionaries into binary format is known as pickling. And we can also call this pickling as serialization, or we can also call it as flattening, or we can also call it as marshalling. Python pickle module is used for serializing and deserializing Python objects. Serializing is nothing but it is the process of converting Python objects like list, tuple, set, dictionaries into binary format, that is in the form of zeros and ones, is known as serializing. And deserializing means it is process of converting binary code into Python objects like list, tuple, set, dictionary, so on. I will give an example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this pickle module. Just remember this. Pickle.dump method is used to pickle objects and pickle.load method is used to unpickle objects. In order to use pickle module, at first you need to import pickle. And after importing pickle module, we can do pickling and unpickling. This is example. At first you need to import pickle module. By using import keyword you can import any module. I want to import pickle module. So at first write import pickle, P-I-C-K-L-E. Let us consider one list. So take here A equal to, where A is object. So write A equal to, I am taking list. List contains 3 items. They are name Sai, comma 10, comma Btech. Normally in previous example, we stored text in our file. For example, if you consider file.txt, we stored only text files like hello, Btech, how are you? All these are text data. Now I want to store list inside this file. Normally we are not storing text data. We are storing list. So in order to store list inside file, just write here b equal to, where b is object, equal to open. Inside open function, and I want to store this list inside my file. My file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D. So just write here b equal to open in quotations, write d:/file.txt. I am storing this list inside this file, and in order to store list you need to open this file in write binary mode. We can only use binary mode. We are not storing text, we are storing list. So take here write binary mode. Now I want to copy list which is present in object A to object B. So just write here pickle.dump. By using pickle.dump method, we can copy list which is present in object A to object B. Object B is nothing but file.txt. So just write here pickle.dump A comma B. Whenever you run this code, it will store list into my file. That file name is file.txt, which is present in local disk D. And we should not open this file directly. If you open this file directly, you cannot see this data. You cannot see list. You can see data like 0, 1, $sign, so on, 0, 1, so on. Actually, whatever the list that we stored inside this file, this is in binary format. So whenever you open this file, you can see data like 0, 1, $sign, so on, which is not in understandable format. And in order to see this list which is present in file.txt, again you need to write code. So at first write import pickle, and next I took here object f. You can take any object. I took here f equal to open. At first we need to open this file. So just write here open d:/file.txt in quotations, comma, whatever the data that is present inside my file.txt, I want to see this data. So you need to open this file in read binary mode because I want to read data. And next write here print, inside print function write pickle.load. And my file is present in object f, so just write here f. Whenever you run this code, you will get output Sai, 10, Btech. If you want to add any objects like list or set or tuple or dictionaries inside your file, just write here pickle.dump of a, b, where pickle.dump is used to pickle objects, and next one is pickle.load, where pickle.load is used to unpickle objects. Next I will extend marshal module. Marshal module is same as pickle module. I'll give one example. In order to use marshal module, at first you need to import marshal module. By using import keyword, you can import any module. I written here import marshal, and next write here a equal to Sai, 10, Btech. Now I want to copy this list to file. That file name is file.txt. So just write here b equal to open file.txt, write binary mode. And next write here marshal.dumps, dumps, marshal.dumps of a, b. Guys, this module is same as pickle module. Only difference is that in place of writing pickle.dump, write here marshal.dumps. You need to add s here. Whenever you run this line of code, whatever the list that is present in object A, this list is copied to file.txt, which is present in object B. And next I will write another program in order to see output. Just write here import marshal, and next write here f equal to open file.txt, double quotations, close, comma. I want to see output. So just to open this file in read binary mode, and next write here marshal.loads. Whereas in pickle module we need to write pickle.load, but whereas in marshal module you need to write marshal.loads. Add s here. My file is present in object f, so just write here f. Whenever you run this code, you will get output Sai, 10, Btech. This is marshal module. Next I will explain shelve module. We call this pickle module marshal module, shelve module and dbm packages persistent storage modules because we are storing data permanently in files and databases. Whereas by using pickle module and marshal module, we can store data permanently in file. And by using shelve module and dbm package, we can store data permanently in databases. So we call these modules as persistent storage modules. Next I will explain what is shelve module. By using shelve module we can create database. I will write program in order to create database. By using import keyword you can import any module. I want to import shelve module. So just write here import shelve. And next write here a equal to shelve.open. I want to create database. The database name is test. So just write here a equal to shelve.open and I want to create this database in local disk D. So just write here d:/ and I am giving database name as test. Whenever you run this line of code and click enter, it will create database. Now inside this database I want to show dictionary. I want to show dictionaries like name Ajay, age 23 and marks 75. And my database is present in object A. So write here a of name equal to Ajay. And similarly, a of age equal to 23 and a of marks equal to 75. After performing this operation, at last we need to close our database. My database is present in object A, so just write here a.close. Whenever you run this code, it will create database with name test and it will add dictionary name Ajay, age 23 and marks 75 inside my database. And at last we need to close our database by using a.close. We create a database. Next I will explain how to see data on my output screen. So just write here import shelve. Next open database. A equal to shelve.open and my database name is test which is present in local disk D. So write d:/test. Whenever you run this code it will open database. My database contains name Ajay, age 23 and marks 75. This is my database name. I want to print this data which is present in database. So just write here print. Inside print write list. I want to print output in the form of list. So write here list of a.items. Whenever you run this line of code you will get output. It will print output in the form of list. This is my output. Now I want to change age 23 to 25. After writing this line of code, just write here a of age equal to 25. Whenever you run this line of code, it will change age 23 to 25 and at last write a.close. This is program in order to create database, adding dictionaries inside database. Next how to see data in my output screen. And next this is program in order to modify data in my database. Explain DBM package where DBM stands for database manager. By using shelve module and DBM package we can create database. I will write program in order to create database by using DBM package. I want to import package that is DBM. So just write here import DBM and next write here a equal to dbm.open. I want to create database with name data. So just write here dbm.open and I want to create this database in local disk D. So write here d:/. My database name is data.db. Guys, definitely write here .db because we are creating database. We will create database with .db extension, comma n. If you want to create new database, then you need to use n mode where n stands for new. And next I want to add data like name Sai. My database is present in object A, so write here a of name equal to Sai where Sai is string. So take quotations. And similarly a of age equal to 25, a of marks equal to 75. After performing this operation, at last we need to close our database. My database is present in object A, so just write here a.close. Whenever you run this code, it will create database and it will add data name Sai, age 25 and marks 75 inside my database. And at last it will close my database. Guys, these are various modes available in this DBM package. First one is n, where n stands for new mode. If you want to create new database, use n mode. If you want to read data which is present in database, use read mode. And if you want to write data, use write mode. And where by using C mode, you can perform both read and write operations. Guys, in exam you may get question like explain Python modules for serialization and persistency. Whenever this question comes in exam, then you need to write this diagram. Write this diagram and then you need to write pickle module, marshal module, shelve module and DBM package. Serialization is nothing but it is process of converting Python objects like list, set, tuple, dictionaries into binary format, that is in the form of zeros and ones, is known as serialization. And persistence is nothing but permanent storage. By using files and databases we can store data permanently. Next I will explain command line arguments in Python. Normally we will give inputs by using input function. But whatever the inputs that you give on command prompt, then we call those inputs as arguments. And for command line arguments, you need to import sys module. I'll give one example. At first, you need to open any text editor like Notepad. And inside Notepad, you need to write import sys. By using import keyword, you can import any module. I want to import sys module. So just I written here import sys. After writing import sys, then write print sys.argv. Guys, directly if you write here print argv, it will display error. So definitely write here print sys.argv, where argv stands for argument vector. Whatever the inputs that you give on command prompt, this sys.argv will display all those inputs, including file name. Next I written here print len of sys.argv, where this length function is used to identify length. For example, if I given 4 inputs like 1, 2, 3, 4, then you will get output length 5 because even file name is considered as one input. So you will get output length 5. After writing this program, then you need to save this program. You can give any name to your program. Here I am saving this program with name cmd.py and I am saving this file in local disk D. I saved this file in local disk D. So you need to open command prompt in same location. So open command prompt in same location, that is local disk D. In command prompt you need to type python 3 where 3 is version. So just type here python 3 space your file name. Here my file name is cmd.py. So just type here cmd.py. And here you can pass multiple number of inputs. For example, I want to give inputs like 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't give commas. Just give here 1 space 2 space 3 space 4. And whenever you click on enter, you will get output cmd.py because my file name is cmd.py. So at first you will get output cmd.py in single quotations. Next input 1, input 2, input 3 and input 4. This is my output. Whatever the inputs that you give on this command prompt, this sys.argv will display all those inputs including file name. So after giving inputs, whenever you click on enter, you will get output cmd.py which is file name. Next input 1, 2, 3, 4 in single quotations. It will display all those inputs in single quotations. Where this cmd.py is present in index number 0, input 1 in index number 1, 2 in index number 2 and 3 in index number 3 and 4 in index number 4. And next I written here print length of sys.argv. It will display length. Total there are 5 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will display output 5. Here file name is also considered as one input. So total there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Total there are 5 input values. So you will get length 5. For example, here in place of sys.argv, if you write here sys.argv of 0, then whatever the input that is present inside index number 0 will be displayed as output. Here index number 0 contains file name. So here you will get file name, that is cmd.py. For example, in place of sys.argv 0, if you write here sys.argv of 1, argument which is present in index number 1 will be generated as output. Index number 1 contains argument 1. So we'll get output 1. And whatever the arguments that we are passing from command prompt, everything is treated as string. Here I given input 1, 2, 3, 4. This 1, 2, 3, 4 are integer values. But whatever the arguments that we pass from command prompt, everything is treated as string. So this 1, 2, 3, 4 is considered as string, not integer. To explain definition of command line arguments, the arguments that are given after the name of the program in command prompt of operating system are known as command line arguments. And whatever the inputs that you give on command prompt, then we call those inputs as arguments. And we need to import sys module to process the inputs from command prompt. I already said before, at first you need to import sys module. And by using sys.argv, we can access command prompt arguments. And whatever the arguments that we pass from command prompt, everything is treated as string. Always sys.argv of 0 is file name. I already said before, file name is present in index number 0. And similarly, sys.argv1, sys.argv2, so on, sys.argvn are arguments. In program, before using arguments, at first we need to import sys module. And after that, you need to write print sys.argv. Print sys.argv is used to print arguments that we are passing. Print length of sys.argv is used to display length of arguments, including file name. These are execution steps. At first, you need to write program and you need to save program with .py extension. After saving program with .py extension, then you need to open command prompt in same location. For example, if my file is present in desktop location, then you need to open command prompt in desktop location. And next type here Python. For example, if you are using Python 3, then just type here Python 3. File name.py and here you can give multiple number of arguments. After passing multiple number of arguments, whenever you click on enter, you will get output. Next I will explain standard files in Python. There are generally three types of standard files that we can use in our program. They are standard input, standard output and standard error. Standard input is nothing but whatever the data that we give by using keyboard, we call the data as standard input. Standard output is nothing but whatever the data that is displayed on my monitor, we call the data as standard output. If program is successfully executed, then we will get output as standard output. Next I will explain what is standard error. Whatever the error message that is displayed by monitor, then we call that error message as standard error. The standard input, output and error are located in sys module. So in order to use these standard files, at first we need to import sys module. These are various types of objects that are present in sys module. First one is sys.stdin, that is nothing but standard input. So write here sys, that is nothing but system module. stdin, nothing but standard input. For example, if you want to give any input, then we can use input function. So this stdin is same like input function. In order to give any input, then we use sys.stdin. This stdout and stderr both are same like print function. In order to display output, we use stdout and stderr. I will give an example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this stdin, stdout and stderr. And in order to use this standard files, first we need to import sys module. So it first write here import sys. I already said before, stdin is same like input function. In order to give input, we use stdin. Normally we will give input like a equal to int of input of enter number. So just same like that, right here a equal to int is nothing but I want to enter only integer value. So I took here int of sys.stdin. So just write here dot, I want to read input. So I took here readline. By using this sys.stdin.readline, we can enter any input. That too we can enter only integer value because I took here function int. So in input function we can give data like enter number, but whereas in stdin we cannot give any information inside these brackets. If you give any information like enter number inside this, it will display error. And next right here print a, and this print function is used to display output. For example, if I enter value 10, print function will display output 10. For example, if I enter 20, so print function will display output 20. This is use of sys.stdin. For stdin we use readline method. And next I will explain what is use of stdout. At first you need to import sys module. So write here import sys. This stdout is same like print function. So just write here sys, where this sys is module name dot stdout. I want to write data. So you need to use your write method. Inside write I am writing hello. This same like print function. So instead of writing print hello, I written here sys.stdout.write hello. So it will display hello. Next I will explain what is use of stderr. That is nothing but standard error. After importing sys, just write here sys.stderr.write. I want to display output. So just write here write. Inside write I am writing text. You can give any text. For example, I written here error. So whenever you run this line of code, you will get output error. You will get output in red color. And for stdin we need to use readlines method. And whereas for stdout and stderr we need to use write method. This is one more example. Here at first I written import sys. Next I written here sys.stdout.write. Inside this I written enter first number. So whenever you run this line of code, you will get output enter number. Next I written a equal to int of sys.stdin.readline. Whenever you run this line of code, you can enter any number. So you will get output enter first number, and here you can enter any number. For example, if I enter 1, it should display error message. That is in red color. So I written here if a double equal to 1 colon. Inside this I written sys.stderr, that is nothing but standard error dot write. Inside this I written error. For example, if I enter value 1, I will get error message. And next else, if I enter any other values like 2, 3, so on, I should get output no error. So inside else I written sys.stdout.write no error. For example, if I enter 1, I will get output error. For example, if I enter 5, then I will get output no error. This is use of sys module. Standard files are classified into three types. They are stdin in order to enter input, and stdout and stderr in order to generate output. Next I will explain file execution in Python. There are various ways we can execute Python file. First one is by using interactive mode. Interactive mode is nothing but you need to open command prompt, and inside command prompt you need to write Python 3. And whenever you write here Python 3, it will open Python Now you can write Python code inside command prompt. This is first way in order to run Python. And second way is by writing Python script. For example, I open Notepad and inside Notepad I return print hello. Now you need to save this file with .py extension. So I given this Python file name as file.py. Now open command prompt in same location and type Python 3, that is nothing but third version. I am using Python third version. So just write here Python 3 space file name. File name is file.py. Whenever you run this line of code in command prompt, you will get output hello. We call it as script mode. Third way to run Python program is by using IDE or text editors. There are so many advanced text editors that are present in order to run Python script. Some of the examples are, this is Sublime text editor and next one is by using Virtual Studio Code. These are two famous text editors in order to run Python script. And next one is by using IDE, that is nothing but Integrated Development Environment. You can use various IDEs like PyCharm and NetBeans so on in order to run Python script. You can also run Python script from file manager. For example, I created one file like file.py. And inside this file.py, I am writing Python script like print hello. And whenever you double click on this file, you will get output, that is hello. This is fourth way. These are 4 ways to execute Python script. Next I will explain sys module and then I will explain file system. In this file system topic, I will explain OS module. Let's get started. Sys module is predefined module in Python. That is nothing but this module is already present in Python. So there is no need of separately installing it. This sys module will provide information about Python interpreter. By using this sys module, we can also find information about constants, functions and methods that are present in Python interpreter. By using import keyword, you can import any module. So in order to use sys module, just you need to write import sys in Python. Next I will explain file system. File system is nothing but directory. Directory is nothing but folder. How to create folders by using Python programming. In order to create folders by using Python programming, you need to import OS module. Python OS module provides the facility to establish interaction between user and operating system. That is nothing but by using OS module, user and operating system can interact with each other. That is nothing but user will create folder in operating system. This OS module is built-in module in Python. That is nothing but this module is already present in Python. So there is no need of separately creating this module. Just by using import keyword, you can import this module and you can use. In order to import OS module, just you need to write import, that is nothing but import keyword and OS. Now you can start using this module. I'll give an example. Guys, these are various types of functions that are available in OS module. First one is mkdir, that is nothing but make directory. Directory is nothing but folder. So in order to create folder, we need to use mkdir function. And next one is rename. In order to rename your folder, you need to use rename function. And rmdir, that is nothing but remove directory. And in order to remove your folder, you need to use rmdir. And next one is chdir. That is nothing but change directory. I want to change location where the file is going to be saved. So in order to change location, you need to use chdir function. And next one is get cwd function. That is nothing but get current working directory. Where my file is going to be saved, it will display that location. By using get cwd function, we can find location where my file is going to be saved. I will explain all these functions by giving example. So at first you need to import OS module. So just write here import OS and next write here os.get current working directory. For example, if you open command prompt in desktop location, then your file will be saved in desktop location. For example, if you open command prompt in local disk D, then your file will save in local disk D. I opened command prompt in desktop location and I opened Python. Now inside this I am writing import OS and next I return OS dot with this OS is module name dot and I return get cwd function, that is nothing but get current working directory. So it will display location, that is desktop. So your file will be saved in desktop location. For example, I want to create one folder in desktop. So at first I return here import OS and next I am writing here os.mkdir. In order to create any folder, you need to use mkdir function, that is nothing but make directory. So write here mkdir, take brackets and inside this write folder name. I want to create folder named Python. So just write here Python. Whenever you run this line of code, it will create one folder in desktop location with name Python. It will create one folder. That folder name is Python. For example, I don't want to create folder in desktop location. I want to create folder in local disk D. So just write here os.mkdir. I want to create folder in local disk D. So just write here D Python. Whenever you run this line of code, it will create one folder named Python in local disk D. Guys, definitely give here double quotations or else it will display error. Now I want to change this folder name Python to Python 3. So just write here os dot, by using rename function we can rename any folder. So just write here rename. So take os dot, where os is module name dot rename. I want to rename Python which is present in local disk D. So just write here local disk D Python. Take this in double quotations, comma, and I want to change this folder name Python to Python 3. So just write here Python 3 in double quotations. So whenever you run this line of code, then it will change this folder name Python to Python 3. I want to delete this folder Python 3. So just write here os dot rmdir. That is nothing but remove directory. In order to delete any folder, you can use rmdir function. That is nothing but remove directory function. Inside brackets, you need to write your folder name. I want to remove Python 3. So it will remove this folder Python 3. Normally, if you open command prompt in desktop location, then your folders will be saved in desktop location. Now I want to change location. I don't want to save folders in desktop location. I want to save folders in local disk D. So I need to change location. In order to change location, you need to use chdir function. That is nothing but change directory. It will change location. So just write here import os dot. By using chdir, you can change location. Chdir is nothing but change directory. So just write here os dot chdr. I want to change location to local disk D. So just write here local disk D. Now whatever the folder that you create, it will be saved on local disk D. For example, I want to create one folder. So just write here os dot. By using mkdir function, you can create folder. That is nothing but make directory. I want to create folder. That folder name is Btech. So just write here Btech. I did not given any location, just I given folder name, that is Btech. Because I changed location to local disk D, so it will create Btech folder in local disk D. Guys, for example, I want to open notepad. Just write here os dot. You can use system function. Just write here system. I want to open notepad. Just write here notepad. Whenever you write this line of code and click enter, automatically it will open notepad. For example, I want to open Chrome. Just write here os.system. Inside the system function, you need to write Chrome. So automatically it will open Chrome. Guys, let us consider this example. There is one folder. That folder name is Python, which is present in local disk D. And this folder contains 3 files. They are file, image and first. Where file is text file and img is image and first is Python file. Now I want to check what are the files that are present inside this Python folder by using os module. So just write here import os and next os dot listdir. That is nothing but list directory. This listdir function will display all files that are present in my folder. Just write here os dot listdir. I want to check what are the files that are present in Python folder which is present in local disk D. So just write here D and this folder name is Python. Whenever you write this line of code and click enter, you will get output. What are the files? Total there are 3 files. It will represent output in the form of list. So inside square brackets you will get output, that is file.txt in single quotations, comma, image.jpeg and other file is first.py. These are 3 files. So it will represent output in the form of list. But I don't want to get output in the form of list. I want to get output like this, file.txt. And in next line it should print image.jpeg and again in next line it should print first.py. So I want to get output like this. Just write here import os and I took here variable, that is a equal to os dot listdir. That is nothing but list directory. This folder is present in local disk D with name Python. I am storing this command in variable a and next I took here for I in a. Whatever the files that are present in Python folder, it will store all those files in variable I. And whenever you write here print I, you will get output file.txt and in next line image.jpeg and again in next line first.py. Because print I is nothing but by default it will take /n. Next I will explain exceptions topic. At first I will explain what is an exception in Python and then I will explain how to handle exceptions by using try, except, else and finally blocks. Before starting this, you need to know what is difference between exception and error. For example, I written here a equal to 10 and I written print of a. Actually print spelling is print, but here I written print. because I written print spelling wrong. So this is error. Whenever error occurs in our program, then our program will not get executed. To explain what is exception. Exception is also error. But difference between exception and error is that whenever error occurs in our program, then this program will stop execution. But whereas in exception, whenever exception occurs in our program, then this program will get executed. But after program execution, this code will display error. In this example, I written a equal to 10 and b equal to 0. Next, I written here print a by b. We cannot divide any number by 0. If we divide any number by 0, then it will display error. This error is known as exception error. Normally, we call this exception as runtime error. Compile time error means whatever the Python program that you written, it is in high level language. This high level language code will not get converted into machine understandable language. This is known as compile time error. And whereas runtime error means program will get converted from high level language to low level language. But whenever we run that code, it will display error. This is known as runtime error. And whereas in this zero division error example, program will get converted from high level language to machine understandable language. But due to wrong logic, it can't run that code. So we call it as runtime error. Error in Python can be of two types. One is syntax error and next one is exceptions. Errors are the problems in program due to which program will stop execution. I written here print of a. So this is known as syntax error. Whenever syntax error occurs, then this program will stop execution. Exceptions are raised when program is synthetically correct, but code result in an error. This error do not stop execution of program. However, it changes normal flow of the program. I already said before, this is example. I written a equal to 10, b equal to 0 and c equal to a by b. Whenever I write here print c, we cannot divide any number by 0. So you will get output 0 division error. That is division by 0. This code does not stop execution of program. However, it changes normal flow of the program. Next, I will explain how to handle exception. We can handle exception by using try, except and finally block. I will give an example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this try, except and finally block. Same example which I took before, I am writing a equal to 10, b equal to 0 and c equal to a by b. So whenever you write here print c, you will get 0 division error. Now I will handle this problem by using try and except block. This is syntax of try and except block. Just write here try, give colon. Inside this try block, you need to place risky code. That is nothing but code that may cause exception. And next I took here except block. For example, if exception does not occur, then whatever the code that is present inside try block will be executed. If exception occurs, then whatever the code that is present inside except block will be executed. I will give an example. We will handle this exception by using try and except block. So same example, just write here a equal to 10 and b equal to 0. As we know, we cannot divide any number by 0. So just take here try block, that is write try and give colon. Now inside this try block, I am writing risky code, that is c equal to a by b. That is nothing but this code may cause exception. So this is risky code. So c equal to a by b, and next I am writing here print c. Next I am taking except block. So take except block. Inside except block, I am writing one statement like print. I am writing here print b value can't be 0. If exception does not occur, then whatever the code that is present inside try block will be executed. But whenever exception occur, then whatever the code that is present inside try block will not be executed, and whatever the code that is present inside except block will be executed. So here I given a equal to 10 and b equal to 0. So we cannot divide any number by 0. It will skip this code, and whatever the code that is present inside except block will be executed. So I will get output b value can't be 0. This is my output. But in place of b equal to 0, if I give b value as 20, so 10 by 20, that is 1 by 5, that equal to 0.5. So there is no exception in try block. So whatever the code that is present inside try block will be executed. So I will get output 0.5. So only if any exception occurs inside try block, then it will skip this try block and it will execute except block. But if there is no exception in try block, then whatever the code that is present inside try block will be executed. This is use of try and except block. Next I will explain what is use of finally block. Same example, just in place of except you need to write finally. No matter whether there is exception or not, this finally block is always executed. If any exception occurs, this finally block is executed. If any exception does not occur, even though this finally block is executed. This is example, same example which I took before. Here I will get exception because we cannot divide any number by 0. So I will get output. It will skip this try block and it will execute finally block. Hello. But if I take b value as 20, yes, we can divide 10 by 20. 10 by 20 is nothing but 1 by 2, that equal to 0.5. So whenever I write here print C, I will get output 0.5. No matter whether there is an exception or not, this finally block is always executed. So I'll get output 0.5 and as well as hello. This is my output. Next I will explain what is use of try, except and else block. Same example. If any exception occur, then it will skip this try block and else block and it will execute only except block. But if there is no exception, then it will execute try block and else block and it will skip except block. This is example. Here I will get exception because we cannot divide any number by 0. So it will skip this try block and else block and it will execute only except block. So I will get output b value can't be 0. This is my output. For example, if there is no exception, then it will execute both try block and as well as else block. For example, if I take b value as 20, now there is no exception. So I'll get output, that is 10 by 20, that equal to 0.5, and as well as it will execute else block. So I'll get output 0.5 and hello. Because inside else block I written hello, I'll get output 0.5 and as well as hello. This is use of try, except and else block. If there is exception, it will execute only except block, but if there is no exception, then it will execute try block and as well as else block. Next I will explain raising exceptions. By using raise keyword, we can create our own exceptions. I will give one example. I written here a equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the list. List contains total 6 items. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to create my own exception. Just I am writing here if length. This list is present in variable a, so just write here a. If length of a is greater than 4, for example, if I give length greater than 4, then it should display exception. By using raise keyword, we can create our own exception. So just write here raise exception. We are creating exception. So I am writing here exception. And here you need to take E in capital letter or else it will display error. Exception. Inside this I want to create some error message like error length of list must be less than 3. That is error length of list must be less than 3. This is exception which is created by me. We can create custom exceptions by using raise keyword. Here I given condition, that is length of a should not be greater than 4. But here I took total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But here I took total 6 items. So length is 6. So it will display exception. So this is my output. Except raise, it will display remaining. That is exception. What is exception? Error length of list must be less than 3. This is use of raise keyword. By using raise keyword, we can create our own exceptions. So just write here raise exception, E in capital letter, and inside this you can write exception. Next I will explain assertions. Assertion is nothing but Boolean expression that checks if the statement is true or false. If statement is true, then it does nothing and it continues execution. But if statement is false, then it stops execution and it will display error. This is flowchart for assertion. If this assertion condition is true, then program will continue. But if this assertion condition is false, then it will stop execution and gives assertion error. That means it will display some error message. This is example. Here I written a equal to 4 and b equal to 0. As you know, we cannot divide any number by 0. Here for assertion, we need to use assert keyword. So I written here assert. I am giving condition, that is b must not be equal to 0. After that, take comma and give error message. That is nothing but I am giving error message like 0 division error. This is use of assert keyword. Write here assert and give condition. Only if this condition is satisfied, then it will continue execution. But if this condition is not satisfied, then it will display error message, that is 0 division error. And I am writing another statement, that is write print a by b. Here I given condition, that is b is not equal to 0. But here b value is equal to 0. This condition is not satisfied. Only if b value is not equal to 0, then it will continue execution, that is it will print a by b. But here I given b equal to 0. Condition is not satisfied, so it will not print a by b. Just it will display error message, that is 0 division error. So I will get output 0 division error. For example, if I give b value as 2, yes, this condition is satisfied, so it will continue execution. So I will get output, that is 4 by 2, that equal to 2. Only if this condition is true, it will continue execution. If this condition is false, then it will stop execution and it will display 0 division error. You can give any error message here. I given message, that is 0 division error. Next I will explain how to create our own exceptions. In Python we can define custom exceptions, nothing but our own exceptions. by creating new class that is derived from built-in exception class. This is syntax. At first I am creating class by using keyword class. You can create any class. So at first I return class. Inside this I am creating my own exception. You can give any name. I am giving exception name as custom error, and this is derived from exception class. So inside this I return exception. Meaning of this is we are creating new class that is custom class, which is derived from built-in exception class. So this is built-in class, that is exception. Inside this write pass, and next use try and except block. And inside except block you need to give custom error. I will give an example. In this example I am creating my own exception, that is invalid age exception. If person is above 18, then he is eligible to vote. But if person is less than 18, then he is not eligible to vote. So I am creating exception for this. I return here class. I am creating my own exception. That exception name is invalid age exception. And this invalid age exception is derived from exception class. So inside brackets I took exception. Inside this I am not writing any statements. Just I return here pass. And next I return here a equal to int of input of enter number. Whenever you run this line of code, you will get output enter number, and you can give any integer value. And next inside try block I return if age is greater than 18, I should get output eligible to vote. So I return here if age is greater than 18, print eligible to vote. Else if I give age less than 18, then it should give error message, that is nothing but exception. So inside else block I return. By using raise keyword we can create our own exceptions. So inside else I return raise, and our exception name is invalid age exception. So I return this here. And next inside except block I return invalid age exception. And inside this I am giving some message like print exception occurred invalid age. In this example, you need to follow indentation or else it will display error. Follow same indentation for try and except block. And inside try block I return if else statement. So after giving some space, write if. And how much space you took for if condition, same space you need to take for else condition. Give same indentation for if else. Here for inbuilt exception class, you need to take E as capital. For example, if you take E as small letter, it will display error. So definitely for exception, take E as capital. If I enter value which is greater than 18, I will get output eligible to vote. Else, if I enter value which is less than 18, I will get output exception occurred invalid age exception. This is program which is created by me in order to create my own exceptions. So here I will get output enter number. For example, if I enter age 45, I will get output eligible to vote. For example, if I give age that is 14, whenever I enter age 14, it will check condition that is 14 is not greater than 18, 14 is less than 18. This condition is not satisfied. So it will skip this if block and it will execute else block. Else block contains raise invalid age exception, and this invalid age exception is present in except block, that is except invalid age exception, and this except block contains statement that is print exception occurred invalid age. So I'll get output exception occurred invalid age whenever I enter value which is less than or equal to 18. By using exception class, we can create user defined exceptions, that is nothing but we can create our own exceptions by using exception class. And this exception class is built-in class, that is nothing but this class is already present in Python. This invalid age exception is exception which is created by me. Next I will explain context management. In any programming language, the usage of resources like files and database is very common. For example, if you consider language like C, even in C programming we use files. So the usage of resources like files and database is very common in any programming language. Therefore, the main problem lies in making sure that to release these resources after the usage. That is nothing but, for example, I opened file, then definitely we need to close that file. If we don't close that file, then our system may slow down or crash. In order to overcome this problem, we use context managers. By using context managers, we can automatically close that file. For example, there is one text file in local disk D. The text file name is hello.txt. Now I want to add text. My name is Nagendra into my file hello.txt. I will write program for this. My file name is hello.txt and my file is present in local disk D. By using open function, you can open any file. So I return here a equal to open. Inside open function, I am writing my file is present in local disk D and my file name is hello.txt. So write here d : hello.txt in double quotations. This is my file. I want to add text. My name is Nagendra into my file hello.txt. By using write mode, we can add text. So open this file in write mode and take this in double quotations. We open this file in write mode. And next, I want to add text. My name is Nagendra. By using write method, we can add any text. And my file is present in object A. So write here A dot write. This is method. Inside write method, I am writing text. My name is Nagendra. Where my name is Nagendra is string. So take my name is Nagendra in quotations. Whenever you run this line of code, it will add text. My name is Nagendra into your file. After performing operation, we need to close our file. By using close method, we can close file. So write here A dot, because my file is present in object A. So write here A dot close. So it will close your file. For example, there is an exception occurred while writing this line of code. Whenever any exception occur while writing this line of code, then it will stop execution here and it will not close this file. The main problem lies in making sure to release these resources after usage. Whenever you use any resource, definitely we need to release resources after usage. But if you don't release these resources, then your system may slow down or crash. Here in this example, whenever exception occurred while writing this line of code, it will not close this file. But whenever we don't close our file, then our system may slow down or crash. So in order to overcome this problem, we use context managers. Context managers are classified into two types. They are try and finally construct, and next one is with construct. Both are used for resource management. So we can also call this context management as resource management because they are used to manage resources. At first I will explain try and finally approach. Same example which I took before. I written here A equal to open. Inside open function I written hello.txt in quotations, comma. I want to add text. My name is Sai into my file hello.txt. So open this file in write mode. Whenever you run this line of code, it will open file hello.txt in write mode. Now I want to add text. My name is Sai into my file. Take try block. Inside try block write a.write. Take double quotations and inside double quotations you need to write my name is Sai. Whenever you run this line of code, it will add text. My name is Sai into my file hello.txt. Guys, definitely write here a dot because my file is present in object A. So definitely write here a dot write. Again take finally block. Inside finally block I written a dot close. By using close method we can close our file. My file is present in object A, so I written here a dot close. Though if there is an exception or not, this finally block is always executed. Inside finally block I written a dot close. If there is no exception, then successfully it will execute code which is present in try block and it will close this file. If there is no exception, then successfully it will add my name is Sai into my file hello.txt and it will close my file. For example, if there is an exception while writing this line of code, even though exception occurred while writing this line of code, then successfully it will close my file. Though if there is an exception or not, inside try block, this finally block is always executed. This is use of try and finally approach. Next I will explain with statement approach. I written a equal to open hello.txt in write mode. This is with statement approach. So I took here with, this file is present in object A. So I written here with A, give colon. Inside this I written a.write, my name is Sai. Which statement will automatically close my file. So there is no need of writing a.close. For example, if there is no exception while writing this line of code, so it will add text, my name is Sai into my file hello.txt and it will automatically close my file. For example, exception occurred while writing this line of code. Even though it will close my file automatically. This is use of which statement approach. Context management can be done in two ways. First one is by using try and finally approach and next one is which statement approach. Next I will explain exeinfo function. The exeinfo function is used for obtaining information about an exception. For example, if any exception occurred in our program, then this exeinfo function will provide information about exception that has been occurred. In order to use this exe_info function, at first you need to import sys module. This function returns a tuple of 3 values that gives information about exception that currently being handled. This exe_info function will display output in the form of tuple. That is nothing but it will display output in normal brackets. And this tuple contains 3 values. They are, first one is type, next one is values and third one is traceback. Type is basically class object. Type gets the exception being handled. For example, 0 division error occurred in our program. This type will display output class 0 division error. Next one is values. Values gets the exception parameters. And last one is traceback. Traceback gets a traceback object. I will give an example so that you can clearly understand what is use of this exe underscore info function. This is example. In order to use exe underscore info function, at first you need to import sys module. So at first I written import sys, and next I written a equal to 10 and b equal to 0. Now inside try block I written print a by b. I already said before, we cannot divide any number by 0. If we divide any number by 0, it will display exception. Inside try block I written print a by b, and next inside except block I written print sys dot, where sys is this module name, so sys dot exe underscore info, where this exe underscore info is function, so take brackets. This is program. We cannot divide any number by 0. It will skip this try block and it will execute except block. Except block contains statement, that is print sys dot exe underscore info. I already said before, exe underscore info function will display output in the form of tuple. Inside normal brackets, it will display 3 values. They are, first value is type. Type is nothing but class object. So you will get output class, 0 division error. And next one is values. Values gets the exception parameters. This is my output. 0 division error, and this is reason, division by 0. And last one is traceback. Traceback gets a traceback object. So you will get output traceback object at, this is address. This example, exception occurred inside try block. This is address. Traceback object will display address where exception has been occurred. So you will get output traceback object at 0x, 7x, 5, 6, so on. This is address. This exe underscore info function is used to provide information about exception that has been occurred, and it will display output in the form of tuple. And inside tuple, it will display 3 values. They are, first one is type, that is nothing but class object, and next one is values, that is nothing but exception parameter, and last value is traceback object. It will display address where exception has been occurred. Next I will explain standard exceptions in Python. We also call these standard exceptions as built-in exceptions because these exceptions are already present in Python. 0 division error, and next indentation error, syntax error, import error. All these are examples of standard exceptions because these exceptions are already present in Python. So whenever any exceptions occur in our program, it will display those exceptions. For example, here I written a equal to 10 and b equal to 0. Whenever I write here print a by b, I will get output 0 division error. And next example, I took here for loop for I in range of 1, 10. Actually, I should follow indentation. That means after giving some space, I need to write print I. But without giving any space, I written here print I. So it will display output indentation error. And next one is syntax error. I written here print of 10. Actually, print spelling is print. But I written here print. So it will display output syntax error. And next one is import error. For example, I want to import keyword module. I written here import. By using import keyword, you can import any module. And I took here module name as keyword. Actually, keyword spelling is keyword, but I written here keyword. And this module is not present. It will display import error. Guys, we also call this 0 division error as arithmetic error. Whenever arithmetic error question comes in exam, you can write this example. I will explain some more built-in exceptions that are present in Python. Guys, first one is name error. For example, I want to print a plus b. I given a equal to 5 and I did not given b value. Next I written c equal to a plus b. And next write print sum equal to c. Whenever you run this code, it will display name error because I did not given value of b. It will display output name error. Name b is not defined. And next one is 0 division error. This is example. As I already said what is 0 division error. We cannot divide any number by 0. If we divide any number by 0, then it will display 0 division error. For example, I written a equal to 5, b equal to 0 and print a by b. So you will get output traceback most recent call 0 division error, division by 0. And next I will explain what is value error. For example, I want to perform addition. So I written here a equal to int of input of enter number, b equal to int of input of enter number. Next I written print sum equal to comma a plus b. For example, here I given a value as 23 and b value as abc. Actually I written here b equal to int of input of enter number. So I should enter only integer value. But here I given string value. So it will display error message value error invalid literal for int based on abc. That is nothing but we need to enter only integer value. And next I will explain what is index error. For example, I written a equal to I took list. List contains 3 elements. They are C, Java and Python. Next I written print list item is A of 5. A of 5 is nothing but value which is present in index number 5. C is present in index number 0. and Java in index 1 and Python in index number 2, and there is no index number 5. It will display index error, that is nothing but index error, list index out of range. Next I will explain key error. For example, here I written A equal to, I took dictionaries. Inside curly braces I took key name and value Madhu, and similarly another key, that is location and value Hyderabad. So I given name Madhu and location Hyderabad. For example, here I written print the age is in double quotations comma year of age, where this age is key. Actually there are only two keys present in my dictionary. They are name and location. But here I given age. Actually this age key is not present in my dictionary. So it will display key error. Get output, that is nothing but key error, that is age. Next I will explain IO error. IO is nothing but input and output. For example, here I written A equal to open. I want to open one file. That file name is exam.py, and whenever I write here print A, if this file is not present in my system, then it will display IO error. Yes, this file is not present in my system, so I'll get output IO error. That is nothing but file not found, IO error. No such file or directory exam.py. Next I will explain exceptions as a string. Normally before Python version 1.5, programmers used to create their own exceptions by using strings. This example, I created exception, and normally we are creating this exception by using strings. So in double quotations I written error wrong input. This is nothing but exception which is created by me. But we don't consider it as exception. We consider it as string. So there is no relationship between exceptions and strings. So in order to overcome this problem, from Python version 1.5, they introduced exception classes in order to create our own exceptions. By using exception classes, we can create our own exceptions. From Python version 1.6, if you want to create any string exceptions, just after starting Python, you need to type command, that is -x. So this -x command will provide standard exceptions as a string. And whenever Python version 2.5 begins, they remove string exceptions completely. So from Python version 2.5, user cannot create any string exceptions. They remove string exceptions completely because there is no relationship between strings and exceptions. So these string exceptions are bad idea. Next I will explain why exceptions now. As you know, while developing any software, definitely you will get error. So in present computer world, we need to handle those errors. If we handle errors, then whatever the software that we are creating, it will work correctly. At present, we are running applications on graphical user interface. So softwares must be created correctly without any error. At present we are using internet, and we are using many e-commerce websites like Amazon, and we are performing many transactions online. For example, let us consider we created one web page. If I enter some wrong input in that web page, then that web page must have capability to display some error message regarding that exception. Nowadays many applications are used by millions of people. So special care must be taken in order to smooth flow of application, and even in any error situation, application should close successfully. So if you are creating any applications by using Python programming, by using exception handling, you can achieve it. Next I will explain why exceptions at all. Exception is nothing but it is an error that occurs during execution of program. So when any error occurs, Python generate an exception in order to handle those errors. Whenever you want to develop any code, then there is chance that error may occur. So in order to handle those errors, we use exception handling. If any error occurs, then program stops execution and it will display some error message, nothing but exception. Only after handling those exceptions, you can execute your program. Next I will explain modules topic. Module is a file that contains code to perform a task. Module is nothing but it is a file that contains code to perform a task. A module may contain variables, functions, classes, etc. This module is nothing but collection of functions or classes or variables. I will give one example. Let us create module. I am creating multiple functions because module is nothing but collection of functions or classes or variables. So I am creating multiple functions. As we know, we will create function by using keyword, that is def, define. So at first I written def, define. I am giving function name. You can give any name to your function. For example, I am giving function name as fun. Take brackets, give colon. Now inside this function I am writing some statements like print my name is Nagendra, print I am from Hyderabad. So inside this function fun, I created two statements. They are my name is Nagendra and I am from Hyderabad. Next I am creating another function. So again write here def, let function name be fun1. So just I written here fun1, give colon, and inside this I am writing statement print I am from India. Guys, you can create any number of functions inside module I created two functions. They are fun and fun1. And next we need to save this file. As you know, we will save this file with .py. I'm giving this module name as mod. This is module. I give a name as mod.py. This is nothing but module. I'm saving this file in desktop location. This is how we create a module. Call this mod.py as module because it is collection of functions. After creating a module, we need to import this module. So by using import keyword, you can import any module. This is syntax. By using import keyword, you can import any module. So write here import keyword and write here module name. This is syntax in order to import module. So this is my file. I created this file in desktop location with name mod.py. Now open terminal in same location. For example, I saved this file in desktop location. So you need to open command prompt in same location. So I opened command prompt in desktop location. Now we need to open Python in command prompt. So just write here Python 3, that is Python 3rd version, and click enter. So whenever you click enter, it will open Python 3. Now inside this Python you need to write import. This module name is mod.py. So just write here mod. Guys, don't write here mod.py, just write here mod. That's it. So I written here import mod. Whenever you write here .py, it will display error. So avoid this .py and write mod. So whenever you click enter, it will open this module. So I open this module. Now I want to print the statements. My name is Nagendra and I am from Hyderabad. The statements are present in function fun. This function is present in module, that is mod.py. So just write here mod, that is module name dot. The statements are present in function fun. So just write here fun. So it will print statements which are present inside this function. What are statements? My name is Nagendra and I am from Hyderabad. Whenever you click enter, you will get output. It will print my name is Nagendra and I am from Hyderabad. This is my statement. For example, I want to print I am from India. So there is no need of writing import mod again because I already imported this module mod. So just write here. These functions are present in module, that is mod.py. So just write here mod dot this function name and click enter. Whenever you write here fun1 and click enter, you will get output I am from India. This is how we create and import a module. One more example. Let us create some functions. So just we will create functions by using keyword, that is define. And I am giving function name as sum. You can give any name to your function. I want to perform addition. So I have given function name as sum. Inside sum I am writing a comma b. We call this a comma b as parameters. Now inside this sum function I am writing print a plus b. Similarly, I am creating another function. Now I want to perform multiplication. You can give any name. I given function name as mul, and inside this mul I am passing two parameters here, a comma b, and give colon. Inside this write print a into b, a asterisk b. And similarly, I am creating another function in order to perform subtraction. So I am giving function name as sub. Now inside this I am passing two parameters, a comma b, give colon, and write here a minus b. After writing this, you need to save this module. I am giving this module name as file.py. You can give any name to your module. I given module name as file.py. Actually, this is file, but we call this file as module because it is collection of functions. I saved this file in local disk D. This is how we create a module. Now we need to import this module. So I opened command prompt in same location, that is local disk D, and type here Python 3 because at first you need to open Python, and whenever you click enter it will open Python 3. Now we need to import this module. This module name is file.py. So by using import keyword you can import any module. So just write here import and this module name is file. Don't write here .py, just write here file and click enter. Whenever you click enter it will open module, that is file.py. Now I want to perform addition, that is a plus b. This statement is present in function sum and this code is present in module, that is file.py. So just at first you need to write here module name, that is file dot, this is module name, and this a plus b is present in function sum. So just write here sum. Here you need to give values of a comma b, and whatever the values that you give here, we call these values as arguments. Here I am giving a value as 10, that is argument 10, and next b value is 20. These are nothing but arguments. And whenever you write here file.sum of 10 comma 20 and click enter, you will get output a value is 10 and b value is 20. So you will get output 30. This is my output. For example, I want to perform subtraction. So there is no need of importing this module again because I already imported this module. So just write here, this sub function is present in module, that is file.py. So just write here module name, that is file dot function name, that is sub. So inside sub I am writing I want to perform subtraction. So I am giving here two arguments here, 10 comma 20. What is 10 minus 20? That is minus 10. So I will get output minus 10. For example, I want to perform multiplication. So just write here module name, that is file dot function name, that is mul. So write here mul, give two values, they are 10 comma 20, and whenever you click enter you will get output, that is 10 into 20, that is 200. This is my output. This is how we create a module and import a module. Next I will explain what is use of from and import keyword. Same example which I took before. This is module. I saved this module in local disk D. So open command prompt in same location, that is local disk D. So I open cmd in same location, that is local disk D. So at first you need to open Python. So just write here Python 3 and click enter. So whenever you click enter it will open Python 3. Now inside this we need to import module. And this module name is file.py. So by using import keyword you can import any module. So just write here import module name, that is file. Now I want to print multiplication. So just write here module name, that is file dot multiplication mul of two values 10 comma 20. So whenever you click enter you will get output. Normally this is how we print output, and definitely for each and every function you need to include module name. So that is module name file dot function name mul. And similarly, for example, if you want to perform subtraction, so again you need to write here module name file dot subtraction, that is sub of 10 20. So instead of including module name again and again, you can use from and import keyword. So instead of writing like this, you can also write like this. So open Python, and here you need to write from module name, that is file. From module file I am importing functions. For example, I want to perform only addition and subtraction. So there is no need of importing multiplications. So just write here import. I want to perform only addition and subtraction. So you can import only these two functions, sum comma sub. That is from module file I am importing function sum and function sub. So in order to perform addition there is no need of writing file.sum. There is no need of including module name. So just you can write here sum, and here you can write 10 comma 20. So there is no need of including module name again. So whenever you write here sum of 10 comma 20 you will get output 30. This is use of from and import keyword. For example, I want to perform multiplication. So just write here sum comma sub comma mul, because this function name is mul. So just write here mul. So now you can perform addition, subtraction and multiplication. I will explain what is use of from and star. What is use of from and star symbol. For example, I want to import all these modules. So I written here sum, sub and mul. So whenever you write here sum, sub and mul, it will import sum, mul and sub. But instead of writing all function names, just you can include here star. So just write here from file import star. This star symbol is used to import all functions. This is use of star symbol. In order to import all functions or classes, you can use star symbol. So just I written here from file import star. Now you can perform addition or subtraction or multiplication. It will accept. Next I will create module for displaying Fibonacci series. At first it will take 0, and next it will take 1, and it will add this 0 and 1. 0 plus 1, that is 1, and again it will add 1 plus 1, that is 2, and again 1 plus 2, that is 3, and 2 plus 3, that is 5, and next 3 plus 5, that is 8, and again 5 plus 8, that is 13, and 8 plus 13, that is 21, and next 21 plus 13, that is 34. This is Fibonacci series. Now we will create module. So at first I written def define. You can give any name to your function. Here I want to find Fibonacci series. So I given here function name as fib, and I written here n. N is nothing but value. How many times you want to print. For example, if I give here n value as 10, so it will print 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whenever I write here 10, it will print 10 values. After importing this module, we will give this n value. So just I written here n. Starting two values are 0 and 1. So just I written a equal to 0 and b equal to 1. 0 plus 1, that is 1. I am storing result in sum. So just I written here sum, and initially I took sum as 0. Guys, definitely give your indentation or else it will display error. So again I took here for loop. In order to print complete series, you need to take for loop. So I written here for I in range For example, if I give n value as 10, I should get value starting from 0 to 10. Starting from 0 to n, just write here range 0 comma n and give here colon. Next write here print. After performing addition, we are printing only result, that is sum. Result is stored in variable sum. So just write here sum. Don't give quotation marks because the sum is variable name. I want to print output in single line, that is by separating with space. So just write here end equal to space. That is nothing but in quotation marks give space. Guys, if you just write here sum, then you will get output like this 0 in next line 1 and again in next line 1. So you will get output line by line because by default print statement will take /n. So I written here print sum comma end equal to space. Guys, at first a value is 0, b value is 1 and sum is nothing but result. So result is 1. So next time when you perform addition, so this b value became a and next sum became b. So I written here a equal to b. A equal to b is nothing but b value is a and next I written b value is sum. So just write here b equal to sum and next now sum value is b and next result is nothing but a plus b. So just write here sum equal to a plus b. This is Fibonacci series. So this is module. I am giving this module name as fibo. fibo.py. This is nothing but module name and I am saving this file in desktop. So open command prompt in desktop location. Now you need to import this module. As I already said before, by using import keyword we can import any module. So just write here import and module name is fibo.py. Don't write .py, just write here fibo and click enter. And whenever you click enter, it will open fibo.py. This program is present in function fib. So just write here module name, that is fibo dot function name, that is fib. So whenever you give here fibo.fib10, it will print Fibonacci series up to 10 values. So you will get output starting 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21 and 34. Total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is my output. This is how we create module for Fibonacci series. Modules are classified into two types. They are predefined modules and user-defined modules. Modules which are created by users for his requirement is known as user-defined modules. For example, if you consider previous example, here in this example I created module, that is file.py. I created this module for my requirement. So we call this module as user-defined module. Modules which are already present in Python is known as predefined modules. These modules are already present in Python. For example, keyword module, math module and calendar module. These are some of the examples of predefined modules. These modules are already present in Python. That means there is no need of separately creating these modules again. Just by using import keyword, we can import this module and we can use. For example, I want to print 2023 calendar. So just to open command prompt and open Python 3. There is no need of separately creating calendar module. Just we can import this module because it is already present in Python. So just write here import module is calendar. So just write here calendar, calendar. I want to print 2023 calendar. So after writing import calendar, this is calendar module. So just write here module name, that is calendar dot. I want to print calendar. So in order to print output, just write here print. Inside print I written calendar. This calendar is module dot calendar. For example, I want to print 2023 calendar. Just write here 2023. And whenever you write this and you click enter, you will get output. It will print from January to December. Complete calendar it will print. This is use of calendar module. And next I will explain what is use of keyword module. Keyword module is used to identify keywords that are supported by Python. Total there are 33 keywords supported by Python. So in order to print keywords supported by Python, just write here import module name, that is keyword. After writing import keyword, just write here print. Inside print function write keyword.kwlist, where this keyword is module name dot KW list. KW list is nothing but keyword list. Total there are 33 keywords supported by Python. So it will print all those 33 keywords like if, elif, else, try, while, with, next to true, false, so on. So it will print complete 33 keywords. And next I will explain what is use of math module. In order to perform mathematical calculations, we can use math module. So just write here import math. For example, I want to perform square root. So just write here math. that is module name dot sqrt, that is square root of, I want to perform square root of 16. So just write here 16. Whenever you write here math dot square root of 16 and click enter, you will get output that is 4.0. This square root will represent output in the form of float. This square root is nothing but function. This sqrt function is used to perform square root. For example, I want to perform power. So just write here math dot power. This POW function is used to identify power. I want to calculate 2 power 3, that is 2 into 2 into 2. That is 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. Just write here 2 comma 3, that is nothing but 2 to the power of 3. Whenever you click enter, you will get output 8. For example, I want to perform factorial. So just write here math dot factorial. I want to find factorial of 6. So just write here 6. And whenever you click enter, you will get output. 6 factorial is nothing but 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. That is 720. So I'll get output 720. For example, I want to find sine. So just write here math dot sine of 1. Not only sine, you can find cos, tan, so on. So whenever you write here math dot sine of 1, you will get output 0.84. This is use of math module. In order to perform any mathematical calculations, you can use math module. Instead of writing import math, you can also write like this. That means I am using from and import keyword. From math, import, I want to perform square root, factorial, log, power, sine and cos. So I am importing all those functions. So there is no need of including module name before function. So directly you can write sqrt 16, factorial 6, log 10, power 2 comma 3, sine 1, cos 1, so on. So this is my output. For example, I want to print all functions available in this math module. So just write here from math import star. Star means it will import all functions. So you can perform any operations by using any functions. Guys, this math module is important question. Math module is a standard module in Python and is always available. Standard module is nothing but this module is already available in Python. To use mathematical functions under this module, you have to import module using import math. This math module contains various mathematical functions. These are various functions supported by math module. Just remember all these functions supported by math module. So this is power. I already explained this power. Square root, a cos, a sin, a tan, and next cos, sin, tan, cos h, sin h and tan h, so on. Just remember all this. These are various functions in math module. Python module has some attributes and these attributes perform some tasks and contain some information about module. These are some of the important module attributes. I will explain each of them and we represent module attributes with underscore underscore at starting and underscore underscore at the end. At first I will explain what is use of name attribute. So at first open command prompt and open Python. Now I am importing math module. So just write here import math. So whenever you write here import math, it will import math module. And next I am writing here math dot underscore underscore name underscore underscore. This name attribute returns name of the module. What is module name? That is math. What is module name? Math. So you'll get output math. For example, I did not import any module. So just I opened command prompt and I opened Python. I did not import any module. Just I am writing here underscore underscore name underscore underscore, and whenever you click enter you will get output main. So you will get output underscore underscore main if you do not import any module. This is use of name attribute. Next I will explain what is use of doc attribute. Doc stands for document string. For example, consider this file which I already explained before. For example, let us consider this module contains comment, that is this is module. This module name is file.py and this module is present in local disk D. Now I want to open this file. So just right here. So just to open command prompt and open Python. Now I want to import this module file.py. So just to open command prompt and open Python. Now inside this write import. This module name is file.py. So just write here file. And next I am writing file. This is module name dot underscore underscore doc, where doc stands for document string. Whatever the comments that are present inside my module file.py, it will display all those comments. So whenever you write here file dot underscore underscore doc underscore underscore and click enter, you will get output. This file contains only one comment, that is this is module. So you will get output this is module. So in order to find any comments present in my module, you can use doc attribute. Next I will explain what is use of file attribute. In place of writing doc, just write here file. So that is underscore underscore file underscore underscore. Where doc attribute is used to identify comments available in my module. And whereas file attribute is used to identify location. So this module file.py is available in local disk D. So you'll get output local disk D, and this module name is file.py. So this is my output. So in order to find location of particular module, you can use file attribute. So let's find what is use of dict attribute, where dict stands for dictionary. Each and every object in Python has attribute, which is denoted by dict attribute. I imported math module, and next I written here math dot underscore underscore dict underscore underscore, and whenever I write this and I click enter, this is my output. Next I will explain what is use of dir function, where dir is powerful function in Python. Where dir is a powerful inbuilt function in Python 3. For example, if you give any object, then this dir function will return all attributes and methods supported by that particular object. Either it can be functions or modules or strings or any other object. This dir function will return attributes and methods of that particular object. This is syntax. Just write here dir. This is function. So inside brackets, you can give any object name. This dir function behaves differently with different type of objects. For example, in dir function, if you write class objects, it will return list of names of all attributes. It will return base attributes too. This is when you include class objects in dir function. And whenever you include modules in dir function, then it returns names of attributes supported by that module. If no parameters are passed, whatever the names that are present inside scope, it will return all those names. This is how dir function behaves differently with different object. This is example. Here I am not importing any external libraries. Just I written here print dir. Whenever you write here print dir, this is my output. It will print all those attributes. They are built-in attributes, document, file, next name, package, so on. This is example with importing external libraries. For example, here at first I am importing math module. So just I written here import math. Next I am importing import random. This random is also a module. And next I written here print dir. So whenever you run this code, this is my output. You will get all attributes, and at last it will print math and random. These two are modules which I imported before writing print dir. So it will print math and random. For example, before print dir, if I write here a equal to 10, these are all names present in my scope, and as well as at last it will print a, where a is variable name. I will explain namespace. Namespace is nothing but collection of different names. That means we must give different names for variables or functions within the program. This is example. I want to perform addition between 10 and 20. So I am storing this value 10 in variable a and value 20 in variable b. I took two different variables. And whenever I write here print a plus b, I will get output 30. For example, if I take here same variable name for two different values, so I will get wrong answer. So definitely we must take different variable names within the program. Not only for variable names, even for functions, we need to take different function names within the program. This is meaning of namespace. Namespace is nothing but collection of different names. Let's consider this example. Here there are two modules. One is first.py and another one is second.py. This module first.py contains function, that is fun. Inside function fun there is statement, that is hello. And similarly second.py, this module contains function fun, and this function contains statement, that is print Btech. Inside command prompt I written Python 3. And whenever you write Python 3 and you click enter, it will open Python. Now I want to import these two modules. So whenever you write here import first, it will import first module. And whenever you write here import second, it will import second module. For example, I want to print Btech, which is present in second.py module. And this Btech is present in function fun. So whenever you write here function fun, as well as this module first.py contains function fun and second.py contains function fun. So whenever you write here fun, this program will get confused. Either it should print this function or this function. So in order to overcome this problem, we need to include module name. So this function fun is present in first module. So whenever you write here first.fun, you will get output hello. And whenever you write here second.fun, so you will get output Btech. That is why we need to include module name before writing any function name. So just I written here first, which is module name dot fun, that is function name. So in order to resolve this ambiguity, we must include module name before any function name. Namespaces are classified into three types. They are built-in namespace, global namespace, and local namespace. I'll explain each of them. In order to check all predefined names of built-in objects available in Python, just you need to type this command. Just write here dir and open brackets. Inside dir function, you need to write underscore underscore built-ins underscore underscore. This built-ins attribute will represent predefined names of all built-in objects available in Python. So this is my output. All these error names comes under built-in objects, and again compile, complex, copyright, credits, all this comes under built-in namespace. So global namespace consists of any names in Python at any level of the main program. This is definition of local namespace. What is local variables? Variables which are declared inside the function is known as local variable. The function uses the local namespaces. The Python interpreter creates a new space within the function in execution. That is nothing but it will create namespace within the function. Guys, this is program for local and global namespaces. Here at first I written num, where num is variable name that equal to int of input of enter number. Whenever I run this line of code, I will get output enter number, and here I can enter any integer value. For example, if I enter here 2, whenever I enter here 2, then I should get output whether this number is even or odd. So inside this print I written even odd num, where even odd is function. Inside this I written here variable that is nothing but num. This is function. I am writing separate code inside this function. So at first I written here def define. This function name is even odd. This function contains only one argument, that is num. So I written here even odd num. Now inside this I am writing separate code in order to print whether number is even or odd. So whatever the parameter that are written inside this even odd function, that is num, we call this num as global namespace because we took this num outside the function. So we call it as global namespace. And inside this I written n equal to num. That means I am changing this num to short name, that is n. Now we call this n as local namespace. Variables which are declared outside the function is known as global variables, and variables which are declared inside the function is known as local variables. This num is declared outside, so we call this num as global namespace. Now I changed this variable name num to n. Now we call this n as local namespace. And if we divide any number with 2 and if we get remainder as 0, so we need to return even number, else return odd number. Here I given 2, so 2 1s are 2, remainder is 0, so I will get output even number. This is program for global and local namespaces. I will explain Python packages. Python module is nothing but collection of classes or functions or variables, and whereas package is nothing but collection of modules. If you place different modules in single folder, we call that folder as package. Python module may contain several classes, functions and variables, etc. Whereas a package can contain several modules. In simple terms, a package is folder that contains various modules as a file. Let us create one folder. That folder name is country. Inside this folder I am placing 3 modules. One is india.py. This is one module. And next one is america.py. Let's consider this india.py contains 2 functions. As we know, we will create a function by using keyword that is def define, and I am creating function that is Telangana. Inside this function I am writing statement that is print I am from Telangana, and again I am creating another function that is define Andhra. Inside this function I am writing statement that is print I am from Andhra. This is India module. Next I created another module that is america.py. Similarly, america.py contains 2 functions. They are Alabama and Washington, and this Alabama function contains statement that is I am from Alabama, and whereas this Washington function contains statement that is I am from Washington. These are 2 modules, and again we need to create another module that is init. So just create here underscore init underscore dot py. Create this module and don't write anything inside this module, just create that module. Whenever you place these 3 modules inside this country folder, then we call this country as package. Guys, this underscore init underscore dot py helps Python interpreter to recognize that this is package. Now this country folder is nothing but it is package. This init.py helps the Python interpreter to recognize that this folder is package. If this package country is present in desktop, then you need to open command prompt in desktop location. For example, let us consider this country folder is present in desktop location. So open command prompt in desktop location. Open Python by typing Python 3. Now inside this write import. By using import keyword, you can import packages or modules. I want to import package. So just I written here import package name that is country. So country and I want to print I am from Andhra. This I am from Andhra is present in module, that is india.py. So just write here country, that is package name dot module name India, and I want to print statement, that is I am from Andhra. This I am from Andhra is present in function Andhra, and this is present in module India, and this module is present in package country. So write here package name country dot module name, that is India dot function name. Andhra is present in function, that is Andhra. So just write here Andhra, and Andhra is function, so you need to include brackets. Whenever you write this line of code and click enter, you will get output I am from Andhra. At first I imported package country and module India. For example, I want to print I am from Washington. So at first you need to import package, that is country, and module name, that is america.py. So don't write py, just write here America. So it will import package and as well as module. Now I want to print statement, that is I am from Washington. So just write here package name, that is country dot module name America dot function name, that is Washington. So include brackets at last, and whenever you write this line of code and click enter, you will get output I am from Washington. Whenever you get package question in exam, you can write this example.